Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey. So, E-Class is available this week, the slowest class in Forza, and the last time it was open, I basically laughed out loud, went straight back to the GT spec hopper, never touched E-Class. This time around, I thought, fuck it, let's give it a shot. Who knows? This might be more my speed. You know, as we've talked about, I've lost plenty of brain cells playing this game for the past 6 months, so something a little slower might be good for me, a little therapeutic, so here we are. Additionally, as is evident on your screen right now, there was also an opportunity to turn a Bugatti into a riding lawnmower. And also, that guy got pit so fucking hard back there. He didn't have the right color green. I think that's why. Wrong green. So yeah, we're taking the John Deere around mid-Ohio. It's going to be a blast. And Rumble, from behind, pulls out to the right side as if he was going to make a move, but the confidence under braking in this tractor, it couldn't be higher. Skipping the lap 2, the pack started to separate into the 5 of us up front and then everyone else behind. So luckily, I'm still attached to the back of this pack, and I did qualify pretty high. Somehow I qualified in second, but the launch off the line is not great. But the overall stats on the Bugatti, or John Deere, sorry, are pretty decent for the class. There's nothing to write home about, but the stats are there, and it definitely can compete. In other words, we're going for that podium, baby. We've got the pace. We can do it around turn 1 for the 3rd time. I'm going to brake a little too late there and go into the back of the fake John Green guy up front, to pickle 42. I lost a ton of momentum from that little collision there, and that's what E-Class is all about. It's keeping that speed, keeping that momentum up, because if you lose it, it's really hard to get it back. It takes an eternity. These cars don't accelerate. As I'm able to just squeeze past Pickle there, who had lost control of the car a little bit over that curb. So that's 4th place in the bag. 1st place is pretty much gapping everybody at this point, but 2nd and 3rd place are within distance if I have a couple of good laps. Here's the start of lap 5. This guy turns his car into a lawnmower. Either he had a few too many Millers, or maybe he's a little jealous of my tractor. You know, I'm hearing whispers from the ladies in the crowd. They think it's a little sexy, so that could be it too. I'm just saying, but I did get 4/10 worth of penalty time back there, and coming around the final corners, I had more than enough time to keep 3rd place, but I ended up cutting it really close and almost gave it away. As I tried to flip the car, I hit the sand. I thought it was all grass right there. It was not, but I kept 3rd place, and we got the John Deere on the podium. Clarkson can have his Lamborghini tractor, okay? I've got my Bugatti tractor, and it's track ready. Look at it on the podium right there. That is sick. All right, next up, Mini at the Nürburgring. We've got the infamous turn 1 for some rough crashes. We'll see how this goes. We're starting towards the back, so hopefully, if anything does go down, we'll miss it. Looking over on the left side of the track for that 100 board and breaking between that one and the 50. That should hook us up nicely with that T1 Apex. And then I'll take a look behind me, and look at that. That was a clean turn 1 right there. The penalty system is still very, very broken, but since they updated it to be a little more strict on penalties, I feel like people might be a little more aware of their surroundings than they have in the past. And, of course, as I say that, I get squeezed like a bottle of toothpaste coming out of this arena section. But I do feel like, at least in these E-Class lobbies, people are being a little more aware of what's going on around them. I'll brake late coming into the hairpin, trying to get out of reach of 10th place behind, down in the 1st gear, onto the power early, up into 2nd. And there we go. We've held on to 9th, and we're making our way up the pack nicely, not even halfway through this lap, and we're already up into 9th from 17th, I think we started it. Coming through the right-hander, the Mazda in front is going to take a really weird line and start braking on the apex. You definitely don't want to do that, because now we've both lost some momentum. We're basically just a couple of Gary the Snails coming down this straight, or at least I am, because I don't have the top speed in this Mini. The MX-5 really starts pulling away down the end of the straight, and I'll just get ready for the chicane with some pretty ominous storm clouds in the distance. Those things making me piss my pants a little bit. We'll take all of the yellow curb through the chicane, and we're going to undo the both of them. That's 7th place, and the poor guy in the lime green Porsche back there had 6 1/4 seconds in penalties already, and it's only lap 1, so poor guy's going to have a long race. Kudos to him for sticking with it, because I would have quit a long time ago if that was me. We'll skip forward to the end of the straight, coming around turn 1. The Mazda maybe got a lot of understeer there or something. The car was looking a little out of shape. And fortunate for me, the front of this pack stayed pretty bunched up. The leader only less than 3 seconds ahead. There's 4 cars that separate us though, and we've got 2 laps and some change to go. So we'll see how quickly we can navigate all these guys. This time, not getting squeezed coming out of the arena, but that poor Cortina, he lost it. He was getting some oversteer, and then it was like a 500-mile-per-hour gust of wind just took him and sent him straight back to the left. It's the start of lap 3 now. That Honda had a little bit of a coming together with the purple Cortina in second. We'll slip up his inside and grab 4th place from him. I've got the run on J-Man in that MX-5, so I'll pull over to the left, have a look up the inside, late on the brakes. The Honda comes in, gives me a boost through, and that puts me up into 3rd, but on a pretty bad line coming out of this arena section for the 3rd time. So I extend off the track, but I get pretty lucky. Just a slap on the wrist, no penalty there. I don't know why the Forza gods do what they do, but I'll take the luck where I can get it, and it took me just over a lap to catch the 2 guys leading 1st and 2nd here. This right-hander isn't a place you want to go for a move, but the Porsche says screw it, YOLOs it, I'm on the brakes, swerve to the left, just make it by him. A little tiny scrape on the front bumper maybe, but I'm through. It didn't slow me down too much, although I did lose a bit of speed. UNR Elusive is living up to his name. I haven't been able to catch him yet, and if I want a chance at it, I'm going to have a near perfect chicane. So here we are on the brakes, down into 2nd gear, and that is about as good as I've taken it up to this point. This last turn and a drag race to the line is going to determine this one. So here we are moving over to the left, making the most of the track that's available. We're up on his bumper now, soaking up that slipstream, pulling over to the right. He pulls over to the right. I move to the left, inching closer, now realizing he's got Tampax logos on his car, and it's just not going to be it. We didn't have that top speed to get it done. But it was an awesome finish, and I would have needed to get 2 tenths ahead of him with that penalty time. So we were close, but no cigar. It was a tough ask. We confirmed that the Mini is very good for E-Class, though. It was plowing through that field. To finish off the video, I want to show you guys the last 2 laps of this race at Silverstone. I'm in the Honda S800, and I've been battling it out with these 3 other guys for the past couple of laps. In the group, we've got a Clio, a Mini, and a Porsche. The Clio has the better top speed of the group, and the other 3 of us have the handling advantage. We're all fighting for 2nd, and that's because VCT Tracks up there in 1st was on another level the entire race, and afterwards I checked the Rivals leaderboards, and sure enough, he does have a couple of world records, so he is clearly very, very good. Right now, I'm not too worried about him. What I'm focusing on is finishing in one of these 2 final podium positions that we've got left. There's 4 of us in this battle, though. Only 2 of us can take it. I managed to slip up the inside of that Renault through the final turn, but he's coming back with some power, and he'll start off lap 6 of 6 with an overtake. I'm going to have an ugly turn 1, taking all of that curb, running over the sausage, popping up the entire right side of the car. Somehow not spinning out, we're keeping it together, but the Mini behind might be gaining on me a little bit. And that proximity arrow is glowing, so I know he's right there in the braking zone. He's going to pop in at the bottom of the screen, almost hit the back end. Fortunately, no contact there, but we're going to make it 3 wide down the straight for a moment. I'm starting to fall behind, so I'll file in behind the Mini, then move over to the Clio, and hopefully that is enough to drag me up alongside the Mini and stay in front. Little did I know the Porsche's going for a massive dive bomb. We managed to avoid that. He goes deep. The Mini now close behind the Clio in front. If I want any chance of getting 2nd place, I need to get in front of that Clio, and the Mini is helping me out by pushing me through. I was drifting a little bit, held it. Now we're in front of the Clio, side by side with the Mini once again. We're inching forward ahead of him, but that Clio is somewhere back there gaining steam, and here he comes, Sergio. So there you go, another close finish. I lost my girl Monica, which sucks, but at the same time, I've got a Bugatti with some John Deere stickers on it, which looks pretty cool in the garage, so I'm feeling all right. That'll do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of videos, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye everybody.